Hello guys and welcome back to another career mode video. This time we'll be racing in China for the Chinese Grand Prix, currently sitting 11th in the driver's standings and 7th in the constructors standings. And let's get into the secret meeting, and it's going to be with Haas. Haas right now currently below us in both the constructors standings and in the car development standings. And we're currently 2 points as they're on 0, so there's no need for us to accept the talks. So we'll be declining them pretty quickly.
Hey, just a quick one for me. The team are pleased that you've declined that meeting. Gold star, brownie points, etc., etc. I guess we'll see if anything else more exciting comes calling, but let's focus on our current seat for now.
Okay, so we'll be getting right into things here. Let's simulate through the next, few days.
Okay, mate,
So we
I'm pleased
get
to say that our new parts have come through without
some
any issues,
R&D,
so they'll be on the car ready
and
for
we'll
the next
be
race weekend.
upgrading the front wing adjuster bracket to the front downforce. And there's the current standings for the how our car development's going. So we're currently in 4th last. Gasly has put on an ICE improved materials upgrade, and we've done a beam wing. We're currently getting more resources as the cable assembly is due to come on, and we get it in green. That's good for us, as now we're going up in the, we're getting further into the downforce and stuff. There's a problem with my recording, so it worked out that we missed the sprint race and the sprint qualifying and the qualifying. But how it went is we got 2 points out of the race, and Russell turned out to get his first points, and McLaren got a 1-2 in the sprint, and we sit in 14th in the qualifying, so we'll be starting 14th in the Grand Prix, and Gasly starts P12. But as you can see there on screen, we got 2 points for the Alpine, just overtaking Russell and Hamilton in the last couple corners. And Valtteri Bottas ended up DNFing, and there's a spin from Zhou Guan Yu. Max Verstappen came in 3rd to finish off the podium for the sprint race. But let's get into the race.
It's time again then for Formula One in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles per hour with DRS assistance down the back straight before the cars break into the tight hairpin at turn 14. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Perez, Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Russell, Tsunoda, Stroll, Gasly, Ricciardo, Daniel, Magnussen, Joe, Albon, Hulkenberg, Sargent, and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson.
I don't want to, but we should look at their recent performances, and I think poor is a universal word to describe them.
I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
So we'll be looking at the other drivers and seeing what they're doing. Seems like Gasly's going to be on the hards, so we might start on the mediums and go into the hards later on in the race, just to do something different from our teammate, and so our strategies don't collide. And we'll defuel the car a little bit, or actually no, we'll refuel the car a little bit.
So then, the formation lap is underway here in China. This circuit has mixed driver reactions with a never-ending turn one, which tends to divide opinion. And much of the course is twisty until the back straight, which is 1.2 kilometers in length. So it's going to be interesting to see how the drivers get on today. As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can. And they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, and failing that, within the points.
Okay, 1 light, 5 lights, and away we go to start the race. Good start from us, not bad, but not the best, not the worst either. As we go up the inside of Ricciardo seems to have plonked his way behind us, and we now look behind Gasly and Stroll for a position. Ricciardo goes up the inside, and Ricciardo retains the position. As we look up the inside of Ricciardo going into turn 4, I think it is. And we look, well, Ricciardo looks around the outside of us, but we're able to keep our position, except he's going back on the inside. And we keep our position. We're behind Gasly, who's behind Stroll. We look to the inside of Gasly to gain the position. We are on the softer compounded tyres, so we should be able to gain the position on him, or at least get further distance than he does. As we look behind, we have Ricciardo going up on the inside, looking for a position to gain. He goes through us, and he goes around the outside of Gasly as we have Magnussen coming from behind, who's looking to go on the inside of us. But we're just able to push him out as now he goes to the inside of the final corner, and we push him away, getting up, well, holding our position as Magnussen loses a spot to Hulkenberg, and Gasly is now currently ahead of us. We go a bit wide into turn 1, and we just lurk behind Gasly, looking for any opportunities that we can take. We look towards the inside of Gasly, but no move to be made there, as we're too far back behind him. Now out of the third last corner we go. Again, DRS off of Gasly, looking towards the inside using overtake, and we're not going to take the position. Maybe around the outside. We'll look into it as Gasly looks the inside of Ricardo. Charles Leclerc setting the fastest lap as we go into the final corner onto one of the straights. Into the winding turn 1. We lurk behind Gasly looking for any opportunities that we can make on the teammate. And now we go into a bit of a streak. Someone seems to have locked up. Don't know who it was, but there was some locking up. We go a bit wide in that turn, and Magnussen behind, who looks to gain any positions he can. So we've got the overtake to keep away from him. And now DRS on Gasly as we get ever so close to Gasly, and we're now stuck in a train from someone that I don't know. I mean, Magnussen and Hulkenberg fighting each other behind, the two Haas cars holding themselves up, keeping them away from us, which has no pressure then involved on us, which is good. DRS on Gasly here, going into the straight, the final straight. Not able to look up the inside or the outside of Gasly to go for the position, but we do have a chance on this straight here. But we don't use overtake to overtake him, we just look to stay behind him in the train.
Okay, mate. Pierre ahead. Come on, mate. This is it. Let's try and get past them quickly.
Now Mark requiring us to overtake Gasly here. We'll see if we'll be able to do that. But who knows what'll happen. DRS and overtake, looking for a move on Gasly. When we don't take it, we settle behind him. %28 in the front left tyre, 16% in the front right. The least worn tyre is our back right tyre, which is only 15%. Looking good if we want to get to at least like the 12th or 13th lap. So yeah, we're good with tyres. Look to the outside of Gasly, but there's no overtaking chance there. We have to overtake Gasly by 2 laps, so we'll see if we're able to do that in any of these. So far we've had no chances on doing that. So yeah, we've been stuck behind Gasly for a couple laps. And we're probably going to be staying behind Gasly for a little while now. Magnussen and Hulkenberg fighting each other behind, or at least losing touch with us. So yeah, 2nd and 2/10 down on us now. Using all of our ARS to see if we can make a move on Gasly, but we're not close enough. So we're going to fail that challenge, which won't be the end of the world, so it should be fine, but we're not going to complete that challenge.
Okay, that wasn't quite what we needed there, I'm afraid, but listen, not to worry, get your head down and chin up, and let's focus for the rest of this race. We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
Currently our tyres stand at 50% on the front left and 26 on the rear right. As the Burnville ahead now, Ricciardo and Gasly fighting for position. As Gasly goes around the outside. Gasly is not able to make the move and stays behind in P13.
We expect you'll be noticing a bit of grip loss in the tyres around now, so just be careful.
As we go deep into the corner. Deep into the corner, we don't take the positions, because otherwise that would be quite illegal. And now we're back behind with Hulkenberg and Magnussen.
Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the
We're
best
coming
lap you
into the
can.
pits this lap, which, yeah, we're going to get some fresh hards on the car. And we'll see if we can undercut anyone in this.
Okay, mate, that's Pierre ahead of you now. We can't let them hold us up for too long, so let's try and get past as soon as possible and crack on. Push, push. Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
Bit wide out of that turn. It's going to keep us in clutches of Hulkenberg. We've been told to overtake Gasly again, except that's going to have to be delayed as we're peeling into the pits this lap. And he won't be, so yeah, going to be a bit behind him to be able to overtake him.
Okay, don't worry about that target for now. Let's just focus on this pit stop.
Optimal stop time. Oh, we have an issue there in the pits. The rear right tyre seemed to go on late.
We had an issue attaching the right rear wheel. I know it's not ideal, but let's try and put that behind us now and get back into this race. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end
Seem to be
now.
the only one pitting this lap here. Most others either on hards or pitting later. Seems to be a few drivers peeling into the pits. Must be all the medium runners from the start.
The Alpine driver's stopping now.
False news, Mark. He's not peeling into the pits, he's actually still on the track. Don't know what he's on about there. With some cars coming into the pits. We come back out right next to Ricardo as we go around the outside.
Or lift sometimes and ease onto the brake pedal for some manual recharge.
Charles Leclerc now out of the session. He's had a mechanical failure. That puts us up to 14th place.
Okay, mate, we want to make sure we're saving some ERS, so let's try and charge it up now. Okay, gap ahead, 1.5 seconds.
Mark wants us to charge up our ERS for later in the race by lap 20.
Pierre is in the pits.
We go down the inside on Ricardo to hold the position. As he goes around the outside, he's hanging on to it. We're able to get more drag out of the corner. And go a bit wide into turn 1. Ricardo going around the outside, he bails out, we hold on to the position. Ricardo going down the inside, looking for an overtake as he holds the position. Now on with DRS behind us, catching up as we get close to Ricardo and almost make contact with him. Albon going down the inside, not able to find position.
Oh, mate, great stuff. You
We've
hit that
successfully
target.
saved
That sets us
DRS.
up nicely for the rest of this race.
We go a bit wide out of that corner, slowing us down enough for Albon to be able to challenge us. We just have DRS on Ricardo, not by much. We're going down the inside on the straight. We look to go around the outside to hold the position, and we can successfully. Go a bit wide into that corner.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
Down the inside goes Albon. And Albon's not able to make the position up as we hold on to our spot in P12. We go wide into turn 1. Looking around the outside of Ricciardo, we hold the inside line into turn 2, and we're not able to stick the move as Ricciardo is able to hold on to his position in P11. Alex Gasly's almost within DRS. Now he is. He's caught up to the pack. And around the outside we go on Ricciardo, turning into the inside. And we're able to stick the position for a good amount of time, but Ricciardo comes back and holds into the position.
Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past.
We look to the outside of Ricciardo. We go around the outside, turning into the inside line for the last turn. And we're able to hold on to the position for a good amount of time, and we get ahead of Ricciardo. Gasly steaming up the inside, looking to gain positions, and is able to get 2 overtakes in the one straight. There's Ricciardo and Albon battle for
We're
P13.
expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. And gap to the car in front, 4.6 seconds.
So the rain's clear for the race. It's going to be a cloudy race
mate,
without any
that's
rain.
Pierre behind. They are faster than you. Do you understand? They are faster than you. Let them through, please, mate.
Team orders have been activated and we've been told to give the position to Gasly, who's on fresher mediums than our hards. We're probably going to let him through on this straight here, as he'll be able to have enough speed to overtake us regularly. He goes down the inside on the straight.
Okay, thanks
Through
for doing
goes
that, mate.
Pierre
I know
Gasly.
it's not nice, but head down and let's focus on your own race.
Ricciardo and Albon have lost DRS on us from behind, so we're all clear and able to gain as much time as we can on Tsunoda. It's not looking likely for points, as we have to get 5 seconds up the road to Tsunoda, so we'll just be hanging out for P11 and 12. Our tyres are currently on 32% warm, so they're not the worst. They've still got a lot of life in them. So we go a bit wide out of that turn again. Ricardo only 2/10 behind us. Will he be able to overtake us on the straight? The answer is no. He's just going to be able to stay behind. Not quite able to overtake us, as we have DRS on Gasly, which is able to help us keep up. So we've caught up 4/10 on Tsunoda in the last 2 laps. At that rate, we won't be able to catch up to Tsunoda. We're slowly catching up to Tsunoda ahead, as now it's less than 4 seconds the gap between myself and Tsunoda. But we only have 2 laps to catch him, so it's looking unlikely for us to be able to get points today as a team.
Here's some information on Russell for you. Okay, they're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Russell has an issue with his car. Hopefully it's enough for us to get points, but it's looking unlikely either way, as Russell is quite far ahead of us. Around the outside goes Ricardo on the straight. We look to hold the inside line. We're able to hold on to our position as Ricardo set back for 13th. Only 3.5 seconds now from Tsunoda, as Gasly keeps on closing in each lap.
Here's some information on Tsunoda for you. They've got an issue with their car, they're going to be slow.
Tsunoda has an issue now, which gives us a chance of being able to get a point, as we can catch up lap by lap, as we already have been. Now we're even quicker with his mechanical problem.
They let's use overtake and burn
Ricardo
off
on the
this energy.
inside on the straight, looking for a position, but he can't get it. Now almost less than 2 seconds to Tsunoda, with 1 lap to go. We're closing in rapidly now on Tsunoda.
Final lap, push, push.
Less than a second from Gasly to Tsunoda. So Gasly's going to have DRS on the main straight. Tsunoda's now less than 2 tenths to Gasly, as Gasly closes in behind him. Max Verstappen wins the race, just as usual. And here comes Gasly, going on the inside now, or he's gone to the outside of Tsunoda. And he's able to make the move, and so can we. We go around the outside on Tsunoda into the final corners. We're able to take the position, and we'll come home for 10th and 11th. So a point for Alpine. Good race for us.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
I get driver of the day.
The checkered flag is out. We're going to be hearing that Dutch national anthem again because it's victory for Max Verstappen.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
So Max Verstappen wins, 2nd to Norris, 3rd to Lewis Hamilton to finish off the podium. Pierre Gasly gets his first point of the season after having 2 DNFs to start when he was looking likely to get points in those 2 races. We come home with 11th, no points, but a good team result. As Gasly now has points on the board for the team, so now the team has 5 points in total. Max Verstappen leads the championship as McLaren lead the Constructors' Championship over Red Bull on 101. We're now in 7th still with 5 points. And all of our experience goes up in pace, awareness, racecraft, experience and focus. We're currently 42% recognition. But anyway, thanks guys for watching. Be tuned for more F1 content. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. And I'll see you all in part 4.